Sometimes no matter how badly you want to focus or get something done, your brain just won't cooperate. It's not laziness. It's not lack of discipline. It's your nervous system. Hey, I'm Jen Barnes, ADHD success coach with 25 plus years of experience in the field of mental health. And in this video, I'm breaking down exactly how ADHD and your nervous system are connected in ways that most people never talk about. We're going to make the science simple, the strategies doable, and the shame obsolete. Let's get into it. Let's start here. ADHD and nervous system dysregulation often go hand in hand. Why? Because when your brain perceives threat or just too much stimulation, it can activate your survival responses. Fight, flight, freeze when you're immobilized but hyper alert like a deer in headlights. Or shutdown, the dorsal vagal response where you feel numb, detached, emotionally flat. When you're in these states, your executive function goes offline. The part of your brain that helps you plan, prioritize, focus, and stay motivated literally shuts down because survival is the only priority. So if you're stuck in survival mode, it's no wonder you can't just do the thing. This is why you might feel panicked or paralyzed by your inbox, blank on what to do next, or completely unmotivated for weeks at a time. Here's where dopamine comes in. The ADHD brain has reduced dopamine activity, particularly in areas that govern reward, attention, and motivation. Research shows that ADHD is linked to both lower dopamine receptor density and reduced dopamine transmission in areas like the prefrontal cortex, the CEO of your brain, and striatum. That means our brains literally don't get the same reward hit from mundane tasks as people who are neurotypical. We need things to be novel, urgent, or deeply interesting to even get started. This is why we say we have interest-based nervous systems. It's not just about distraction, it's about neurochemical access. So there are other ways that ADHD and the nervous system are connected. Number one, sensory sensitivity equals nervous system activation. ADHD often comes with increased sensory processing sensitivity. Noises, light, textures, things others are able to filter out, we often feel and take in. That can keep our systems on high alert, even when nothing is technically wrong. Sensory overload can tip us into that fight or flight or freeze very fast. And we talked about that creates issues with being able to get stuff done. It just exacerbates our ADHD. Number two, emotion dysregulation. Ever feel like your emotions go from 0 to 100 in a split second? That's not a personality flaw. It's a nervous system reactivity pattern. ADHD brains can struggle to regulate emotional responses due to poor communication between the amygdala, one of the main emotion centers of the brain, and the prefrontal cortex, the regulation center, also the CEO of your brain. And once you're dysregulated emotionally, focusing and motivation get hijacked too. Number three, shutdown equals misdiagnoses. Many ADHD women I work with describe feeling numb, detached, or like they just don't care anymore. That's not giving up. That's the dorsal vagal shutdown response, a survival mechanism that kicks in when you've been in prolonged stress with no resolution. It looks like burnout. It feels like depression, but it actually is your nervous system saying, I'm done. And that's often why ADHD women get diagnosed with depression. Also, being in your fight or flight response can look like anxiety from the outside. And so oftentimes women with ADHD will get misdiagnosed with only anxiety, when the reality is that anxiety comes from constantly struggling to live in this world with ADHD. The good news, you can rewire this. Because here's the most important thing. Just like your nervous system learned to stay in survival mode, it can learn how to come back into regulation. You can shift out of fight, flight, freeze, or shutdown. Rebuild your focus and clarity. Create systems that support, not punish, your unique brain. And no, you don't have to go live in the woods or meditate for an hour a day. In fact, you can learn how to regulate your nervous system through simple ways, something I teach in my 28-day nervous system regulation challenge for ADHD. It helps women like you create real calm, stability, and flow without giving up who you are. When you understand how your brain and body work together, you stop blaming yourself and start building a life that works for you and with you. So the next time you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or lazy, pause and ask yourself, is this a motivation problem? Or is my nervous system trying to protect me in some way? Because with ADHD, what looks like procrastination is often protection. If this helped you make sense of something you've been struggling with, drop a comment and let me know what clicked. And if you're ready to start healing your nervous system and reclaiming your focus, you'll find the link to the 28-day nervous system challenge below. You're not too sensitive. You're not too scattered. You just haven't had the right map. But now you do. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.